Mohamed Salah is one of Liverpool's biggest legends and one of the greatest players in Premier League history, and as he prepares to say goodbye to the club, and very likely the league, we want to look at some of the great things he achieved in a Liverpool shirt. Salah did not only score goals, create chances and win trophies, he also put his name into the record books multiple times, and we want to look at the many different times he did that. From the Premier League to the Champions League, these are all the records Mo Salah broke while at Liverpool. Let's start from the ones he broke very recently. Over the two legs against Galatasaray in the round of 16 of the Champions League, Salah became the Liverpool player with the most Champions League appearances ever, and then became the first African player to ever score 50 goals in the competition. Before then, had already broken the record for most goal involvements for a single club in Premier League history, surpassing what Wayne Rooney did at Manchester United. Salah's assist against Brighton in December took him up to 277 Premier League goal involvements for Liverpool, helping him to secure the record. Last season, Salah's goal against Spurs, in the game which confirmed Liverpool as Premier League champions, made him the highest scoring non-Englishman in the history of the league, surpassing Sergio Aguero. Little wonder he celebrated that goal by taking a selfie with the fans. It was a really special moment. The 2024-25 season was a truly incredible one for Salah. He was unstoppable throughout, and it ended up being his greatest ever individual season. At the end of the campaign, Salah won the Premier League Golden Boot, as well as the Playmaker of the Year award, and was named Premier League Player of the Season. That made him the first player in the history of the league to win all three awards in the same campaign. He also equaled Thierry Henry's record for most Golden Boots won in the league's history. Salah was also named PFA Player of the Year for the third time, which meant that he went into the record books as the player to win the award the most times in its history. But of course, that wasn't all for records last season. He also equaled the record for most goals, 16, scored as well as most assists provided, 11, away from home in a single Premier League season. Salah was directly involved in 47 Premier League goals for Liverpool in the 2024-25 season, which meant that he equaled the league's all-time record for most goal involvements in a single campaign held by Alan Shearer, but broke the record for a 38-game season, which was previously held by both Thierry Henry and Erling Haaland. But of course, Salah didn't just start breaking records last season. In 2023, after scoring a brace in a 7-0 win against Man United, he became Liverpool's all-time top scorer in Premier League history. To celebrate that record, he took off his shirt after netting the second goal, and Trent Alexander-Arnold crowned him in front of the Anfield crowd. Those goals also made him the first Liverpool player to score in 5 consecutive games against Manchester United, and the highest scoring Egyptian in football history. And to further cement his place as a Liverpool legend, he has another record to show for it. The Egyptian king is the player with the most goal involvements at the same stadium in Premier League history. He has now contributed to more goals at Anfield than Wayne Rooney did at Old Trafford and Thierry Henry did at Highbury. Before that though, Salah had already broken a very special Champions League record. We'll get to that in a second, but if you aren't yet subscribed to the channel, go do that right away so you never miss out on our amazing content. Done? Now back to the video. In October 2022, Mohamed Salah came off the bench in a Champions League game against Rangers and scored a hat-trick in the space of 6 minutes and 12 seconds. That effectively became the fastest hat-trick ever scored in the competition's history. The goals also made him the player with the most goals for an English side in Champions League history. A year before this, Salah was scoring another record-breaking hat-trick, this time in the Premier League. The treble came against Manchester United to inspire Liverpool to a 5-0 trouncing of their arch-rivals. Those goals broke quite a number of records. They made Salah the highest scoring African in Premier League history, the first Liverpool player to score in 10 consecutive games, and the first opposition player to ever score a Premier League hat-trick at Old Trafford. He would then go on to score 2 more goals in the return leg that season to become the first Liverpool player to score 5 goals against Manchester United in one season. And we're not even done with the records yet. Back in 2021, Mohamed Salah became the only Liverpool player to have scored 20 or more goals in 3 different Premier League seasons. Since then has gone on to do it in 2 more seasons, which means he has now extended the record to 5. When he scored a stoppage time goal in the opening game of the current campaign against Bournemouth, he extended a special record of his. He was already the player with the most Premier League opening day goals in the competition's history, but that goal extended his record to 10. Now, You know what's interesting? We've already said a lot about Salah's records, but we've not even touched on his incredible debut season for Liverpool when he shattered all sorts of records both in England and in Europe. Well, first of all, when he signed for Liverpool, he officially became the first Egyptian to ever play for the club. That season, he would go on to become the first African and first Liverpool player to ever score 10 goals in a single UEFA Champions League season. He also broke Fernando Torres' record for most goals in a debut season for Liverpool. As you probably already know, he ended that season by breaking the record for most goals in a single 38-game Premier League campaign. But that record was later broken by Erling Haaland in the 2022-23 season. On the 26th of April 2019, Mo Salah scored twice in a game against Huddersfield Town in what was his 100th appearance for the club. That brace took his tally in a Liverpool shirt to 69, and it made him the player with the most goals in his first 100 appearances for Liverpool, beating Roger Hunt and Sam Raybould. He would also go on to break Torres' record for most goals in the first 100 league appearances for a Liverpool player. In the final game of the 2018-19 season, Salah memorably scored a goal in the UEFA Champions League final, which helped Liverpool win the trophy for a sixth time, making them the most successful English club in the competition's history. Salah's goal in that final against Spurs came in the opening 2 minutes of the game and is still the second fastest goal in a Champions League final, behind only Paolo Maldini's first-minute goal against Liverpool in the 2005 edition. On the 25th of September 2021, Salah scored a goal against Brentford to take his tally up to 100 Premier League goals for Liverpool. That made him the fastest player to reach a century of league goals in Liverpool's history. He is also the player with the best minute per goal rate among players who have scored 100 goals or more in Liverpool's entire history. Since the beginning of the 2017-18 season, Salah has been directly involved in 35% of all the goals Liverpool have scored across all competitions, averaging 94 minutes per goal or assist over 435 appearances for the club so far. You know what's more? Since Mo Salah signed for Liverpool in 2017, he ranks first in the Premier League for goals, assists, open play chances created, shots attempted, shots on target, and touches in the opposition's box. This man right here has absolutely dominated the league since he returned in 2017 and has been super consistent season after season. Not bad for a one-season wonder, is it? Are there perhaps more records Mohamed Salah broke in a Liverpool shirt that we have missed out on this video? Tell us about them in the comments. Also, we want to hear from you guys. Is Salah the greatest signing Liverpool have ever made in their history? Where would you rank him in the list of all-time Premier League players? Is he the greatest African to ever play in the Premier League? Would he make your all-time Premier League 11? Get in the comments and talk to us. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the bell notification so you never miss out on new content. Catch you in the next one. Bye!